Hello everybody, this is Stephen Howson. This is Full-Time Devils, and Manchester United have beaten Burnley at Turf Moor 2-0 in what I thought was an absolutely fantastic performance from Manchester United. I wasn't too keen on the team from the start. I thought that we might have been pushing our luck a little bit with the rotation, but I could completely understand the rotation. I thought that we had very little opportunity with the derby coming up to really rest any sort of players. I think it was a little bit of a gamble, but it's absolutely paid off. Marshall up front was fantastic. His movement was literally the difference between the two teams today. Rooney was quite fortunate for his goal, but I thought he played alright. But Anthony Marshall was the key for me. Anthony Marshall and Ander Herrera, and I think you also have to mention Paul Pogba as well. I think he had an excellent game today. Was unlucky not to head up on the score sheet. Referee clearly wasn't playing corners today. I don't know what all that was about. I thought Ander Herrera in midfield totally bullied Joey Barton. I thought that platform that he was creating with aggressive closing down of Joey Barton and anyone that came through the Burnley midfield allowed Paul Pogba the freedom to play, and that allowed Anthony Marshall the freedom to play as well. It was a really good link-up play between Pogba and Marshall, and I think Marshall's movement across that forward line, drop him deep, going left, going right, he was a nightmare to deal with, and I thought he took his goal fantastically. It was an old-school Manchester United counter-attack, wasn't it? A great ball in from Ander Herrera. Tony Marshall takes a touch, pops it into the corner. Fantastic. Nice early goal. Something that United have been struggling to do all season was get an early goal, and we got that early goal today. We went on and got a second. I thought we was going to get a third in the second half, but we clearly slowed the tempo down a lot in the second half, and I'm not asked. I said earlier on Twitter, if we win this game 10-0 or we win it in the 99th minute of injury time with an offside goal, I am not asked. All that matters is them 3 points, because those 3 points have now put Manchester United 1 point off Manchester City with the derby to come on Thursday. That is what it's all about. Now, we're not going to be sitting that you Arsenal muppets in the comments saying that we're celebrating fourth. We're not celebrating fourth, but you've been calling us sixth all season long, and where are you now? Exactly. It's about getting where we can get to. We need to be in the Champions League next season after a couple of years out of it. That's what we're happy about. No one's celebrating. We didn't even have a parade when we won a trophy, so no one's going to be celebrating finishing top four. That just allows us to build the platform for what will be a Manchester United title challenge next season. I am confident of that. I think we're going to spend obscene amounts of money in the summer again. I hope Jose gets the personnel that he's looking for, because I see the beginnings of a very tough to beat Manchester United. We've looked fantastic on the road this season. We've looked very good at home. All of those draws that have come at home, all those 15 draws, even if we'd have lost a few of them, we lose 5 of them, right? And we win the others. Because a lot of those we should have just won anyway. We're going to have been 10 points, 20 points better off this season. Like, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It's absolutely ridiculous. But I'm confident going into next season. I am really confident going into next season. But we've got to get into that Champions League. There's a very little margin for error, but that was one obstacle avoided today against Burnley. The big one is on City. If we go to the Etihad, and I don't think we're favourites to do so, I think I'd probably take a draw if anybody's offering a draw today. But if we go to the Etihad on Thursday night and we beat City, then we're in the top 4. And we've still got a game in hand on Liverpool, who could cock it up again against Crystal Palace, because we've seen that happen before, haven't we? If Liverpool cock it up today against Crystal Palace, which is unlikely, but it's Big Sam, it could definitely happen. If they cock it up and we go there on Thursday and turn City over, then we're not even talking about finishing 4th. We're talking about us being 3rd and comfortably inside the top 4 and comfortably into the Champions League. And then, do you know what? Let's go to Stockholm. We got a pretty good draw with Celta Vigo, didn't we? Let's get to Stockholm and let's go and win a trophy without needing to win a trophy to secure Champions League qualification. Let's secure Champions League qualification and then go and win a trophy. And then, do you know what? At the end of the season, everyone's like, oh, you're celebrating finishing 3rd or you're celebrating finishing 4th. No, do you know what? We're celebrating some progression. We've won 2 trophies and we finished in a Champions League spot. That'll do me. That will do me. No one's saying this was a vintage Manchester United season. It's a transitional season. I thought we was going to do better. But the way we dipped, the way everybody overtook us, the way everybody wrote us off, the way we've come back and the way we are now, it's in our own hands. It's in our own... We're in control of our own destiny. We can go and finish this season on a real high. And that's what I'm looking forward to Manchester United doing. Let's see what some of you guys are saying in the comments. Even though we win, still feel frustrated with all the corner mistakes from the rest, says Chris. Again, yes, we're off. It's madness, isn't it? We come out and people say when we lose, oh, you're just bitter about the referees. But again, we've won comfortably won it. There was no real major turning point decision. Just poor from the referee again. And yes, I have to say, big up Bay, because today we had a very poor, well, not poor actually. That's been. We had a makeshift defence. We had probably 1 out of the 4 in defence. That was a first choice starter. That, I think, is telling you everything that you need to know. Some of those corners, they were so easy, wasn't they? Bay was a monster today. Yeah, let's hope that he's not injured, because it didn't look like it at the end, did it? We will finish third, says Anoop. 3 points from third place. We've just got to keep winning, haven't we? Bay, man of the match. Yeah, I think it was a good shout. For me, I think it was Marshall was man of the match. Rooney scored, not bad. Yeah, I'm taking that in a moment. We're celebrating fourth, and we're not celebrating fourth, we're celebrating progressions. I'm not even celebrating progressions. I'm just saying I'm pretty happy with that. Referee was shit again today, says Wrestling Hero. If we can turn them draws into wins. That's the thing, right? Being undefeated is not an achievement in itself. What being undefeated tells you is that you're hard to beat. But it's all about winning stuff. I'd have taken not being as undefeated as we have been, lose a couple and win a few more and be further up the table. That's what I'm always trying to say when people say, oh, we're undefeated. It's all right being undefeated, and it shows that things are going in the right way. It's better than losing and losing and losing. When you look at the colour chart of when we played Moyes and you see all those games that we lost, every few weeks just lose, that's changed. There's a winning mentality. But it's not an undefeated mentality, is it? It's a winning mentality that you have to bring in. So we can turn a few more of those draws into victories, and we're going to be looking A-OK for next season. Was Pogba injured? No idea. I hope not, because we're going to need him. What we're looking at now, 10 games into the rest of the season. Can we do it? Let's do it. Fellaini was good today. Yes, Fellaini was good today. I would agree on that one. Crystal Palace can beat Liverpool, says Chad. I said since December when we were winning that we will finish third. Maybe I'll be proved right. Interesting if we do finish above City, isn't it? Because after their 10-game streak at the start of the season, they was going to win everything, and some City fans saying that they might not even lose ever. Unbelievable. We play faster, more open, and less predictable without Zlatan. I would tend to agree on that, but I still think there's a time and a place. I'm not going to start slagging Zlatan off when a guy scored almost 30 goals for us this season. There is a time and a place to play him, and there's a time and a place where other players work well for it. Today, Marshall was the right tool, and he was very good at it. If Bay gets injured, what do we do then? He's going to have to turn to the youth. Will he? I wouldn't have thought so. Pogba needs to do more, says David. Pogba's doing okay, to be honest, mate. We need to give Tuanzebe a couple of minutes so he's ready to step up. I would agree on that one. I think Mourinho took him off as a precaution, says Dominic. I would agree. What do I think of Darmian and Young's performances? They didn't really offer too much down the wings, did they? I thought it was both okay without being spectacular. City have just gone up against Arsenal in the semi-final. I wanted Arsenal to win, to be honest. One, because I don't want City to do well, ever. And two, because it'd be funny watching Arsenal. If Arsenal went on to win it, it'd be funny watching their fans try and figure out whether they're happy about him winning a cup or they're not happy about winning the cup. So I would have preferred Arsenal to win it. Bay was immense today, says Infected. Marshall was class today, says Football Global. I definitely agree on that. I thought Marshall's touches were sublime. His balance is almost gravity defying, isn't it? I have no idea how he does it. Scared with Pogba, says Nigel. Sell De Gea. I actually do think the game might be going, I don't have any confidence that he's going to be staying. Slag off Zlatan until we notice he's gone in a big game. What does that mean? I don't understand that one. Very happy Zlatan is out. No, I think people are massively overacting. Zlatan for me was probably player of the season, I think, in all honesty. I think we're forgetting how good he was. Yeah, he's missed a lot of chances, but he's also taken a lot of chances that have made a huge difference. And yes, we do look a little bit more fluid without him, but maybe there was some of the stuff that he's been doing. Start with that 3-5-2 sort of formation with Marshall and Rashford, because I do think the quick counter-attack against Manchester City, who like to hold the ball in and around their defence, is the way to do it. I think that's what you do. You put pressure on John Stones because he will give you the ball back, and you put pressure on the keeper because he's fucking useless as well, and you go for it. And I think that's what you've got to do against Manchester City. I think they're very beatable. They've got one style of play, a little bit like Chelsea, which Mourinho had figured out in a slightly different vein. I think we can definitely get at City. They're not undefeatable. City's biggest asset is what they can do with the ball in the final third. Their biggest weakness is what you can do to them in their final third. It could be a high-scoring game on Thursday. It could be it will be a very, very close game, in all honesty. But I think Manchester United are capable of doing it. I don't go there scared. I go there thinking this is an opportunity for us to get into the top four and to squeeze them out underneath us. And that's what I think all United fans should have, that sort of mentality. They're not a scary team at the moment. They're a fragile team that don't know their best 11. They don't know their best formation. They don't know, loads of things. You could argue the same for Manchester United. But I think there's just a bit more of a killer instinct about us and about Jose Mourinho than there is about Pep and the blue quarter of Manchester. Anyway, that's enough of me waffling on. Get any of your questions, comments, queries, and criticism, all that sort of rubbish in the comments below. Adam will be back soon with the full-time review from Turf Moor, and then we've got all the fan cams coming out, so make sure you keep it locked for all those, and I'll see you soon.